One of these fixes it. What's up, everybody? Late night Keefy. What's going on, man? It's time for another GhostColdMag.com live stream. It has been a crazy day of music news and stuff, and I am just trying to keep it all together. So, Metallica the Sphere. That's what we're going to talk about. I had thought about doing... I have some housekeeping to do in a second. I had thought about doing a few other things, including the Hall of Fame. People don't seem to like talking about the Hall of Fame as much as me, which is fun, but, we'll get into it. You can go to our website and check out my thoughts on that. Rob Zombie's got a new record out, getting very high reviews from all around. Jules is here, as well as Speed Wilson. What up, what up? I'm just trying to make sure I'm on all the things. All the things are coming on live. Hey, Brooklyn Miss is here late at night on the East Coast. I hope you're doing okay with the snow, Brooklyn Miss. I'm just going to do some Metallica discussion about the Sphere. Got announced today. They've been, teasing this for a while. Again, I said this on our live stream recently, which was like, when a band says we've been discussing what it would be like to do the Sphere, they're in talks. It's being negotiated. You can pretty much guarantee it that, like, anything at this point that's like, oh, we're thinking of doing this, they're fucking doing it. You know what I'm saying? Of course, as usual, not sure what's going on outside my window at almost 11:30 at night. Hold on one second, everybody. All right. Well, we're going to make the best of it. Sounds like a fight is going on outside in the alley. World Star. That's where I live. World Star, San Francisco. Only for a limited time. It never fails whenever I'm going live. But anyway, let's talk about Metallica, and let's talk about Metallica playing the Sphere specifically. And what we're going to talk about is, can you afford to go? Can anyone afford to go? And what is it going to be like to do this thing? So let's do all the things. Maybe angle myself a little bit better. Hold on one more second. So yeah, there's just madness going on outside. I don't know. I got away from Brooklyn and New York City to get away from some of this shit, but it seems to follow me. It seems to follow me. Okay. I got my liquid death. I dropped some stuff. All right. Anyway, I hope everybody is okay out there, because it has been a time. But anyway, let's talk about Metallica and this Sphere. And if you can afford to go. First, some housekeeping. I'll just embiggen this for a second. Some housekeeping. We're going to do another live stream tomorrow early. That is going to be a review of this Rob Zombie album. I actually spent a lot of time working on this, but I just didn't have it ready to go tonight. And I felt like the Sphere was a better conversation topic. I don't know if you agree or not, but we're going to find out. And then, of course, tomorrow is my live stream, The Weekly Ritual. It is our rock and metal news recap show. Here's I got the thumbnail ready with the correct date on it and everything. So, shit is crazy. So anyway, not for you, Brooklyn Miss, but anybody else that's feeling tipsy that comes along and wants to watch, feel free to drop a tip in the tip menu. We are really trying to build a community for independent metal journalism here. I don't think anybody does it as well as us. I'm just going to say it. There are bigger websites than us. I had some revelations this week. We're having some back-end website problems, but actually I found out, our numbers have been, drastically underestimated for a long time. We actually have one of the most popular metal websites there is in terms of metal news and interviews. We do some of the most interviews. There's a lot of channels that only do interviews. And look, I don't come already. I'm not Billy Corgan. I'm not Garza. I didn't come in from a band already popular and build off my fame. I'm a former musician, a current musician. I'm a metal fan. I have been a musician and a metal person since I'm a preteen, basically, or a young child. When I first heard Black Sabbath at 3 years old, but I could say I've been an educated metal fan since I'm a preteen. I have a minor in musicology. I've been a professional musician. I produced records. What's up, Lady Boneyard and Cruck and Robert are all here. I appreciate y'all. See if anybody else is going to join in. But feel free to drop us a tip if you're feeling tipsy. The best experience for these live streams is always Twitch, YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook, but I like hanging out on TikTok. Matt Jackson's here. What up? What up? Welcome. There's our Cash App. All right, Metallica's at the Sphere. I'll put myself back on the screen. So Metallica at the Sphere. This has been teased for a long time, and like I said, Tool is. We've been talking about what it would be like to play the Sphere. They're negotiating to play the Sphere. They're going to have a new record in 2027, and they're going to play the Sphere. But Metallica. Let's talk about Metallica's bit. Like what is left for Metallica? I don't even know. I dream in colors here. What's up? I don't even know that Metallica's got that long left in them. Not that they can't do it, because the last few times I saw them, they were fantastic. But like just keeping it real, I just don't know that they don't have 10 years left. They probably don't have 5 years left. And as I've talked about on my other podcast, the Glacially Musical Podcast, they're probably not going to do a farewell tour. I know people are like surprised when we say that, but I kind of agree. That's our host Nick Cameron's idea. This is the farewell Metallica tour. Maybe they'll do another album. There surely will be live albums. There'll be Metallica content and collateral and home things and merch forever. They are the biggest and most successful band of all time. Dr. Music is passing by. What's up, Dr. Music Promotion? Ray is here. What up? What up? Dr. Music is home to one of my favorite artists, Peter Wilson, and 4 Trips Ahead. But so Metallica at the Sphere, realistically, what is it all about? Instead of doing like a usual big, long graphic thing, I just want to talk about it here for a second and, just get into the nitty gritty of it, So, they've been talking about doing this. There's not a lot left for them they haven't done. That's kind of the thing. There's not a lot left they haven't achieved. So realistically, if they're going to do something unique like the Sphere, they're going to do it the Metallica way, all out or not at all. They're only doing a handful of shows. Maybe this is a trial run for a future thing. And it's, your life burns faster. Metallica, life burns faster at the Sphere. Hey, Dillinger Compound is here. What up, homie? Tickets for the Sphere will be stupid expensive. We're about to talk about it because I got some intel about what the ticket prices are going to be. But this is a special thing. Only a handful, U2 opened the Sphere. I don't like them, but apparently it was like 10. They hadn't toured a lot. They played like 10 or 20 days. They were all sold out. The tickets were going for astronomical numbers because it was the first ever big show at the Sphere. Dead & Company did a whole run there last year. Bob Weir passed away last summer after that run was over. The Eagles were just there. I think Backstreet Boys were there. No Doubt is going to be there. Ew, but whatever. People seem to love them. Millennials and Gen Xers, I don't know what to say if No Doubt is a band you were hanging your fucking hat on. Of all the ska punk bands, I know they were hugely popular. But ew, Gwen Stefani. Ew. But anyway, she's about as terrible a person as we're finding out Greg is. But anyway, Dillinger, I was going to do a live stream about that, and I was like, I'm just not ready to go there. But anyway, so it's going to be a special thing. And again, life burns faster. Obviously, that's a lyric from Master of Puppets, which is turning 40 years old this year. And for a fact, I would bet my life. A fool and their money is soon parted. And I'm not usually a betting person. And speaking of Vegas, I'm a notoriously terrible gambler. My 2 favorite games are roulette and craps with the absolute worst odds. If anybody knows of a 00 or single 0 roulette anywhere in Vegas, let me know. But you know they're going to play all of Master of Puppets. They're probably going to be playing all of Master of Puppets elsewhere during the year. I would be pretty, there's going to be some Master of Puppets content, the Master of Puppets Metallica of everything. Duran should do the Sphere Dillinger Compound. Dude, I love Duran. I just did Come Undone at karaoke last week, and absolutely would love to see it. I know Ghost is taking a hiatus. I just saw them last weekend in Sacramento, and I absolutely loved the show. It was like Iron Maiden and Metallica level almost, and I could see them coming back and doing the Sphere someday. I don't know. The Sphere is a very special thing. It's extremely expensive to put on a show, but Metallica is going to do it right. So let's talk for a second about the logistics. It's just a handful of shows. So you can go to ghostcultmag.com to see the article. We've got all the links. Not a real super secret hint, but the Metallica had turned their old school fan club into this new thing, the 5th member club, which has been a long time thing. And I think Def Leppard could also do the Sphere, and they would draw because they seem to continue to do that. Metallica is offering enhanced experiences, VIP. Don't know if they're going to be allowed to have the Snake Pit. I don't know that you would be able to enjoy this, like the visuals. You would love to be right next to Metallica, but I don't know if you could enjoy the visuals. So they're doing 8 shows, October 1st and 3rd, October 15th and 17th, October 22nd and 24th, and October 29th and 31st, Halloween night. And which will be crazy. Halloween in Vegas, Lord. They're also offering a fan club pre-sale. So sign up at Metallica.com for the 5th member thing. It's a free fan club. They offer tickets early. You get a pre-sale code sent to you. Sometimes they have raffles. Sometimes they do random things. They have enhanced experiences, VIP, travel packages, full house tickets, and the Ticketmaster artist pre-sale. Obviously, it goes without saying, these tickets are expensive on a base level. And if you don't get them immediately and Ticketmaster sees that these are going to all sell out, the only good news is they're probably going to be able to get tickets closer to the show because people are going to cancel. If you buy them and you can't afford to go, maybe people will sell their tickets and you could get one or sell yours if you somehow can't go. But like Legacy members get a special pre-sale, but regular 5th members have specific on sales for each date. And there's other pre-sale info and things. Obviously, getting a pre-sale code does not mean you will be able to absolutely get tickets, but it means you will get a code to be able to get tickets. Vibee, VIBEE.com has all the travel packages in partnership with Live Nation and Super and In Kind. And I'm sure there will be some all within my hands, win 2 tickets to see Metallica at the Sphere. 8 Boards is here. Neil Moto is here. BZKT Search is here. What up, what up? Metal is the path, 665. Good to see you. It's been a minute. Welcome back. I think we followed you recently. And Brandon is here. Hello, hello, hello. So I'm just reading this off. Dan is here. What's up, Dan? I just like sharing all the things and shouting out people. But so there's tickets. Let's see. There's a pre-sales, get notified. And again, this is a Metallica no repeat weekend. There's a signature concert and hotel experience that starts at $1,000 per person. So, and that's not counting taxes, fees, resort fees on the rooms, all this shit that Vegas is known for. I'm not a travel blogger. I have been to Vegas a bunch. I have been to Vegas for music events, especially metal events. I've also been to Reno quite a few times, closer to me here in San Francisco, but still 8 hours away. It's a night with Metallica, the no repeats weekend. As one of my homies criticized on my personal page, like, I don't believe this no repeats thing. No, actually, if you're going to see them 2 shows in a row and they're the no repeat shows, they will not play the same set twice. I believe one of these sets will be Master of Puppets, and one of these sets will be a little bit from every other record but Master of Puppets. If that excites you, then you're good. You know what I'm saying? If that excites you, that's good. Here talking about Metallica, Brandon. Anywho, the signature concert and hotel experience is a choice of reserved seat at both Thursday and Saturday. 3-night stay at the Venetian. or Virgin hotels. Also, one Metallica travel merchandise item. That's cool. And also, commemorative lanyard and Vibey concierge, which is probably like merch and maybe, help you around town in Vegas, other things. There's the Diamond Concert Hotel experience that starts at $1,742 per person. Again, this is show and hotel. Choice of premium reserved seat at Thursday and Saturday. 3-night stay at the Venetian or Virgin. I love the Virgin. Venetian is literally attached to the Sphere. So that's like in terms of the ease of things. And Venetian's gorgeous. Hey, Rob Zip is here. Rob is a travel vlogger, and I won't be able to afford to see them say, yeah, bro. I wouldn't want to hear them play anything other than their first 4 albums anyway. They did that one show when Johnny Zazula died, in tribute to John and Marsha Zazula, where they played in the Hollywood Casino in Florida, where they didn't play anything past 1984. Teenage Keefy would have screamed. I have seen Metallica do a lot of shows. I'm quite fond of their last few albums. I don't love Saint Anger. The older I get, Load and Reload is worse, but I love some of those songs. S&M has a couple of the originals that are not bad, S&M 2 and S&M. I hear you, though. They have been doing a comprehensive set. I think this is, we've said right before you joined, Rob, this is the farewell tour. This is the farewell Metallica tour. The M72. Maybe they'll do another album, but I don't see them doing 5 or 10 more years. It just doesn't seem possible for Lars to play this much. But the Sphere can be a thing. Maybe Metallica, Iron Maiden has launched like a convention that they're going to play one show a year at this weekend, and maybe that's what this becomes for Metallica. Luxury motor coach to and from Harry Reid International Airport. That's cool. Diamond package gift event, commemorative lanyard, Vibey concierge. Let's see what else. The Snake Pit. There is a Snake Pit. The Snake Pit Diamond Hotel Experience package. Snake Pit for Thursday and Saturday. I wouldn't want to be in the Snake Pit for this. 1 ticket to the Snake Pit, exclusive standing section. Sphere's roaming and wait staff can take your drink order before the show starts. No need to leave your spot. Access to the Black Box experience. That's cool. The Black Box. 1 MP3 download of both shows. That's cool, but you can buy that from Metallica.com anytime. On-site perks, enhanced experiences, and check-in. 3-night stay. 1 limited edition Metallica and Yeti drinkware item. I think these things are like $50 to $75 for the water bottle. I don't have one, but I have a similar thing. And I think the Yeti coolers are like $300. I doubt they're going to give you. AC/DC was dragging their asses out. I'm sure Metallica will as well. I don't know, man. It's a lot. I'm going to say, I think it's a lot easier as a musician. I play bass and I sing. I think it's a lot easier, even at that age, to do AC/DC than Metallica. Lars had to transform his entire lifestyle to be able to do these last few years of shows. And Metallica went from 300 shows a year to 250 shows a year to 180 shows a year to 100 shows a year. They're playing maybe even with these 8 shows, it's still not 50 shows this year. It's probably 40 shows or less. They just don't have it in them. I like that they're doing this thing. They're still providing an incredible show. They're making money hand over fist. I think I did another live stream where I predicted that Metallica is probably getting multiple millions of dollars cleared in profit per show. Clayman 666 is here. What up, what up, what up? So, yeah. So this is a whole thing, right? The Diamond experience, the Snake Pit, right, is $47, almost $5,000 per person. And I'm sure with taxes and fees, it's going to get pushed over. Oops, I lost the leg. It's going to get pushed over to more than that. Let's see if I can get my light back. Hold on. Wow. Okay. The police are arriving. Here we go. Another night in San Francisco, everybody. I'm going to hold out for Tool in 2027. Absolutely. Hey, Rob, it's very late where you are if you're home or somewhere else. Thanks so much for chiming in, brother. I really appreciate you. And again, it's all love. I missed the chance to hang out with you in person, and I continue to regret it. But 2 shows, 1 package. Vibey and the Superfans official no repeat weekend packages will get you to you get the package for the weekend. You don't miss out. You get a ticket for each thing. weekend in Vegas, Venetian. Then there's like some hotel information and nothing like the Sphere and transportation and all of this. But let's talk about, okay, like by the way, I don't know if you noticed, if you heard, I'm getting married. So my fiance is a Vegas expert, let's say. She goes to Vegas annually for her bestie's birthday weekend or weeks. She is very clued in on getting perks and doing stuff. If she wanted to do a travel YouTube channel, she'd probably be great at it. Dillinger says, I mean, if Metallica's doing a residency, then Maiden has to do one too. I don't know. Because I don't know, Maiden has toured so much more than Metallica even the last couple of years that I don't know it. I mean, like, I think Maiden could pull off like a week there, but I don't know that Metallica can command this kind of thing. I'm not saying they're better or worse. I'm just saying Metallica is an exponentially more popular, bigger band, right, than Metallica. Than Iron Maiden. So, like, I just don't know. I love Maiden. I already voted for Maiden for the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, even though it doesn't really count. Maiden will probably not get in against Mariah Carey and all these other people. We'll save that for another live stream for my show tomorrow, Dillinger. I have 2 live streams tomorrow. Rob Zombie album review, which is surprisingly great. Really excellent and shocked me at how much I liked it and how much I think I'll be returning to this new record, as well as our regular show. So let's say you're a Vegas expert. Let's say you've got points with MGM or whoever. Let's say you are awesome at getting flights cheap and hotels comped and no resort fees and all those things you see of the Vegas YouTubers and podcasters and vloggers. So just talking about the tickets alone for each show, the early leak / information I've been able to get from a variety of sources says $740 to $820 per ticket. Most single night tickets are listed between $1,000 and $1,500 for the lower bowl and floor. 2-day passes exceeding $3,000, $3,200 in some cases. Lowest prices, again, $744 to $820 for the upper top of the experience. The let's see, premium 2-day passes, again, $1,500 to $3,200. General range, $200 to $400 extra per mid-level or lower bowl. Prices will fluctuate on demand, most up to date. Try to get in on the Metallica sale or the Ticketmaster sale, because StubHub, SeatGeek, Vivid Seats, Game Time, TickPick are all gonna escalator clause, and Ticketmaster, because they are evil. I don't know if anybody saw that. The one good thing I ever had to say about Kid Rock since the 90s was that he did. Hey, Emily's here. He did that. Jason Farrell is here. So the one good thing Kid Rock ever did was convince Trump to have the DOJ investigate the Ticketmaster and Live Nation for defrauding the public, which we 100% know now they do. And Trump just fired that one lawyer at the DOJ that was responsible for that lawsuit. Lots of fucking luck. So, yes, I did get the Black Queen. We'll talk about it tomorrow. I have mixed feelings. On one hand, I want to go. On one hand, don't know if I want to support the guy. But, like, I love the music and I love those albums. But I have a lot of shows to go to this year. Pussifer, Afghan Wigs with my love, Pussifer with my love, couple of festivals, a lot of things. So anyway, can you afford to go? Well, diehard Metallica fans will say, I can't afford not to go. Also, I think Metallica has that golden ticket thing, the I Disappear ticket, I believe counts for the Sphere. So if you have one of those and you paid like $2,000, you could go to any Metallica show in the world. You request your tickets early ahead of time on the tour. You check in extra early that day. You can be in the snake pit. You can be in the top deck, wherever there's a seat for you. And, yeah, that's a whole ass thing. But I think an interesting thing nonetheless. So can you afford to go? This is not, I saw this great thing online, a really great take, which is like, this is not a typical Metallica show or experience. You probably can't afford to go. So keep these things in mind. And like, I could show you I've never been to the Sphere. I've had friends that went to the Sphere. Don DeLamont of Ghost Call and Talking the Talk with Don and Southeast of Heaven has gone to the Sphere multiple times. I can't imagine more than one Grateful Dead show ever being enough ever for anyone. So yeah, hold on one second. I had this really great thing. Maybe it's in my Facebook Messenger. Oh, here it is. Yeah. So yeah, so this was from a poster in one of the Metallica M72 tour groups. For anyone who has, I don't, Adam from the M72 World Tour Facebook group. And for anyone who hasn't been to the Sphere, here are some facts for someone who has. I went in 24 and 25 for Dead & Co. Ew. Again, tickets will be expensive. This is not a stadium show. This is less seating. The venue costs a lot. No way around it. The upper tiers are steep. If you don't like steep, don't sit up high. I am still a chubby, large human being. I'm trying, but I had some trouble when I saw Metallica in St. Louis for the 2 nights of the M72 tour in 2023 with Nick Cameron and his wife. And I had a hard time getting up and down these like 400 steep stairs where the Rams used to play football. If you sit in the hundreds under the overhang, you cannot see the whole screen. You will only get as far as the overhang allows, which isn't much. El Chengo Chief is here. What's up? What's up? Thanks for being here. The booze is expensive. Beer is almost $20 and over, and liquor is even more. That's Vegas. Everything is astronomical. Vegas used to be the cheap vacationer's paradise and a great place to go see a show or anything. And now it's really expensive ever since the pandemic. They lost so much money being shut down. They are really trying to overcome those losses. It's unfair to pass it on to people, and people have stopped going. So Vegas, actually, if you have some money and you want to go to Vegas, now's the best time because it's kind of empty. To get there, walk through the Venetian Bridge if you're staying on the Strip. If you're staying off the Strip, it's an easy walk north of Koval, a few blocks off Las Vegas Boulevard. So, again, Metallica fans will say, how can I not go? This is a once-in-a-lifetime thing. Metallica's going to leave us soon. They're going to retire soon. On the other hand, they've done, like if you most average fans cannot afford to go. You've got a better chance of flying to Europe and going to see them in Europe with a European vacation for less money than going to the Sphere in some cases. I will say that I would like to go. I might go, but it's extremely expensive. And now that I'm getting married and going to a couple of other metal festivals this year, it might be too much. We're going to try. Yeah, Canada are absolutely boycotting Vegas. It's not to mention how inhospitable America is to outsiders right now, which I feel terrible about. What a fucking, what a time to be alive. But yeah, man. So the Sphere is going to be costing a lot. It's going to be very expensive to go, but it could be a once in a lifetime opportunity. Is Metallica probably going to record this with their pro crew and put out some kind of, their YouTube content, or eventually put this out as, you'll be able to get the album. You can get every Metallica show recorded and mixed from the soundboard by Greg Fiddleman, who is, also responsible for Death Magnetic originally, but also has been their guy now for 16, 17, 18 years. And I think he was a engineer for Rick Rubin before that. So he might have worked on Bob Rock is St. Anger. So Rick Rubin, I think he might have been an acolyte of Rick Rubin's. Hey, Chris, what's up? Good to see you here. Late night, Keefy. So that's kind of my whole deal. If you got any other questions or want to, have an opinion about this Metallica thing, Metallica, I don't care about them anymore. Again, like I said, when Metallica does well, it helps all of metal. Rizzo Theo is here. What's up? What's up? So I think when Metallica does well, metal does well. We are going to lose our heroes. I think we're getting a few more years out of Slayer with these occasional shows. Megadeth is already on their farewell tour. I think 5 years is extremely generous if Dave has a degenerative illness. Anthrax is coming back with a new album this year, but they even said, we just basically play the hits and a few new songs every couple of times we have an album. First new album from Metallica in Anthrax in 9 or 10 years. I remember when Pearl Jam would record their shows and sell them online. The dead work for the dead. If you love Metallica and you go see them, you can get a high-quality recording with specific artwork and set lists and packaging and everything you can buy. digital downloads, have them pressed onto CDs and sent to you. They're probably someday going to do vinyl, I bet. When vinyl becomes, they own their own vinyl plant. I'm sure that's in the works. You know? If you get 80,000 people in a baseball stadium or a football stadium to pay to see Metallica and you think you can sell 10,000 vinyls and press them yourself and ship them cheap, you do it. High quality, but cheap, but still. So that's my thoughts, man. Yes, Tool would be also very expensive, but probably like mind-blowing. I'm hype about it. I listened to Metallica all day today. Earlier today, I was like, we're going 100%. And now I'm not so sure. Even if we could get tickets, it might be a stretch. So we'll see what happens. I would like to go. I've been talking about this for a long time. As soon as they intimated it that it was going to happen, I said I would love to go. We'll see. It's got to be a discussion with the fiance. Getting married in July. It's already proven to be more expensive than I anticipated. But I'm super excited. We got engaged. Yes, I have a guy engagement ring, and I have a wedding band coming for my wedding day. But I'm super stoked. I'm really happy. Life has been sometimes a struggle, but this has been pretty sweet. All right, that's about the size of it for me. I'm gonna go in a very manageable 32 minutes. Make sure to join our community here wherever you enjoy your metal. Websites, social media, YouTube. If you're new here, give us a like and a sub. Everybody that's been here tonight has been kind of on Team Keefy. Hey, Evil Rob, what up again? Just talked about Metallica for 30 minutes doing the Sphere. It's going to be psycho. It's going to be so much money. Can you afford it? Probably not. That's the answer to the question in the title. Can you not afford to go if you're an obsessive Metallica fan with unlimited money? Then, of course, you can go. But that's the world right now, rich and poor, no in between, no more working class. My parents were patently working class their entire life. And, you need a certain level of high income just to live. Master's the only album I haven't seen them play. And I predicted they will play all of Master of Puppets at these shows. It's the two Metallica, the weekend, two Metallica shows, Thursday and Saturday. I think Vegas is close. They can stay in Vegas, but realistically, Metallica has private planes. Vegas is close enough for all the members of Metallica to kind of fly home in between each show or stick around. I'm sure there will be the Metallica takeover stuff. They'll be doing the festival, the museum, whatever. I don't know if Ross Halfin is disgraced or not and can't do those engagements with Metallica anymore, but I wouldn't be surprised if Kirk builds in a horror thing. I wouldn't be surprised if Trujillo or Kirk goes to the Punk Rock Museum and does a thing there for an extremely high amount of money. I have rather enjoyed this last era of Metallica, if this is indeed the last era. I don't know if we're going to get a new album because they don't seem to be taking too many breaks, but they did write all of 72 Seasons in secret. I really love that record. A lot of people don't, but I love it. I think it holds up as terms of a late era band. If you see the records, Rolling Stones doing a record the last couple of years, I thought it was solid, not spectacular, but 82-year-old Rolling Stones. What kind of record were you expecting? I know what Megadeth record I was going to get at 64 years old, Dave Mustaine. But anyway, we'll be back tomorrow. It's still today. We'll be back tomorrow with 2 live streams. The Rob Zombie album review of The Great Satan out this week on Nuclear Blast Records, as well as my weekly show at 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 Eastern. Thanks so much for being here. I appreciate and love all of y'all. I'm very lucky to do what I do. Thanks for watching if you enjoyed any part of this, and I will see you on the next one. Peace.